Hey there YouTube, this is Mr. Weissman 4 and you are watching part 1 of my Civilization 5 Brave New World DLC review. The DLC just released on July 9th, 2013 and I recently got a chance to sit down and try it out for the first time. Real quick before we get started, I wanted to just give you guys a little bit of information on me. I've played the original Civilization 5 and the Gods and Kings add-on a lot, but it's given me a chance to really learn what was in the game and see the difference in it now that the Brave New Worlds add-on has been released. In part 1, we're just going to hop right in. It's basically, I'm just going to do a showcase of some of the new things I've noticed right off the bat in the Brave New World. We're going to play as Morocco in this review. Morocco's unique ability is that it allows you to get extra gold with a new trade route system and a special cavalry unit, as well as a unique building that can be built only on desert tiles. One of the first things you're going to notice when you get into the game is the changed culture system. You no longer have access to the ideology trees that you had in the previous game. Those were replaced by the new exploration tree, the rebuilt commerce tree, and the aesthetics tree. Each one of those has something to do with the new systems built into the game. The exploration has more to do with the overwater trade routes and some of your ships. That has been taken out of the commerce tree, and the commerce tree has more to do with luxury goods, trading in general, and overland trade routes. The aesthetics tree obviously has to do with the new tourism system that's been built in the game and helps you produce great artists, great musicians, and so on faster, as well as build their buildings quicker. The new ideology trees are still under the culture category, but they don't come in until much later, like into the industrial age, and they're a lot more complicated than they were before. I'm going to have an entire video just devoted to the ideologies in the game. The piety tree is added in from the beginning of the game now, and as you might notice from me flipping around each one of these trees, as you unlock a tree for the first time, you actually unlock the ability to build a specific wonder to that tree. So it kind of keeps people from rushing all the wonders and makes you focus more on a wonder that's specific to the culture that you're trying to build in your society. The next part I wanted to cover was the tourism system in the add-on. This screen shows some of the buildings you can build to actually store your great pieces of art and music that your great people create in your cities. And in turn, you'll get tourism in your cities that can help you win the culture game. The next screen will actually show you your influence over other civs so far, but you have to actually come in contact with the other civs to see it. Then this screen shows what your unhappiness does now. The unhappiness has changed a little bit. It's no longer where it's just unhappy and your cities grow slower. Your cities can actually go into complete revolt and try to change your ideology that you pick, and I'm going to go over this more in the ideologies video that I'm going to do later. Going into the actual gameplay, as you can see, there are some new buildings added in, obviously. So a couple new wonders, like the Pantheon, that actually gives you some slots for more great art pieces. And then there's the new guilds that you can build as well. The guilds kind of act like specialist training buildings that let you place workers directly into the building under the Windows management screen of the city, and then there you can create great artists and musicians faster depending on whatever guild you pick, and they're really cool. I actually like that part of the add-on a lot. Now, the next thing that I wanted to show you was the trading system. The trade routes over land work like this. You build a caravan and then you select a city for him to go to, and depending on how many resources you have that are different compared to the city he's going to, it gives you a certain number of gold per different resource, and then it adds in all the modifiers depending on your race and whatever buildings you have in the city that modify it. But it doesn't just go there and then it's done. That caravan actually has to move back and forth between your city and that city to maintain the open route. Otherwise, the caravan will die and the trade route will end and you'll stop gaining any bonus from it. So you have to protect them. As you can see in the video here, I lose this trade route because a bunch of barbarians attack the caravan and kill it, and then it's gone. And I get the trade route back again as my overall number, but I don't get the caravan back. I'd have to rebuild it again to do that. And you might have noticed too, there's a different barbarian unit that they added in. It's this really annoying throwing axe guy, and they're pretty good. They're kind of really strong in the beginning, but that's some of the things I've noticed at the beginning of the game. I've just started playing it. I'm going to add another video in here in a couple of days to give you a better idea of what they've added in with the ideology system and the revolts and all the new stuff that they added in with that, as well as like the World Congress and some of the new tech. Well, that's it for part 1 of my Civilization 5 Brave New Worlds review. Check back in later in the week, guys, and you'll get to see part 2. Remember, guys, leave comments if you find anything cool in the game, or let me know what you think. And if you enjoyed this, subscribe. I'm going to be putting up more reviews like this in the coming weeks.